the gangs are really probably present in every city and town to some degree. They've manifested themselves. As I said just earlier, we just had our second neighborhood gathering, which I think the downtown businesses really appreciate. And it's been very helpful because those are additional eyes and ears. We'll talk about some cameras that we're doing initially. Your story just wrote, I think, a week or two ago. Crime is down in Chicopee. There's less property and less personal crime. But as I said, though, unfortunately, the stuff that's notorious, it's sort of like having cancer down, but if you have cancer, it's an issue. It doesn't matter what the statistics say. And we have some issues downtown, and they are existing. They're kids in some respects. They're and upward teenagers and even beyond. And we're making an initiative that's going to make a difference. There were plans for cameras that hadn't been implemented. Well, we're implementing them now. The council was extremely supportive. I think that was a 12-to-1 vote, Jeanette, as you might recall.
Yes.
We, in our city, last year I put forth some initiatives for repairs. It seems like every time I come to office I try to fix things while I have the opportunity. Last time, the late Jimmy Stefanik, who was in charge of school maintenance, came to me and said, "Rich, we've got a lot of roofs and a lot of problems." We did about $6.6 million worth of repairs then. Well, this time I know we needed some roofs. Obviously, you know about our swimming pools that leak 2 or 3 feet of water overnight at times. Fire trucks take a year to be ordered. We were down one of those as well. One was on the way, but we needed another. Cruisers, some technology. So we raised some of the levy last year by $3 million, but we didn't do that this year. So I actually had $1.7 million, Ron, less this year than last year. And I try to balance. It's almost like how you run your home. I mean, there's no school to be a mayor. I use, my practice, my expertise, and the number of the boards and commissions I've been on over the years, and I try to do a balance. Of that 1.7, we allocate $200,000 for cameras. Our IT department, Bob Liswell, who's been there now for several years, thought maybe between 175 and 195. I just used 200. I knew we had 1.7 below what we raised last year, so whatever we did, it was going to be less than last year in terms of our budget. And I said, well, maybe a nice balance would be $1 million as a tax break and $700,000 for public safety. So 200 went to cameras, and the council also approved putting another $500,000, $500,000 into account for public safety. That was for either personnel, overtime, or equipment, and really other related public safety initiatives. So we didn't want to limit that. So at least we know we have that money. And the council was very comfortable because they knew that it wouldn't be appropriated without their follow-up vote. All we did was set up the account. So it wasn't giving the mayor a carte blanche, opportunity just to spend $500,000. And at the same time, so that was $700,000 we put aside, plus another $1 million that we could still reduce from our last year's tax levy. So there will be a reduction of about $1 million in how much we've charged the taxpayer this year.